Now we've got all the parts together here for our handle, but we really need to make sure we don't forget to line up our reel seat with the spine of the rod. And in this case, since we're doing an epoxy foregrip with a fish, we need to make sure that lines up as well, because once this stuff dries and is cured, that's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and here, we've got our mark from our spine already. You can double check it once again, no problem with double checking. You can use the spine finders here at Mudhole. They help a lot, especially if you're starting out in our rod building. Once you get comfortable with it, all I simply do is just push it down, push the tip down into the carpet, or in this case, just regular hard flooring, and kind of spin the rod, and you'll see that it'll spin off of one axis. What I'm meaning is that as you spin the rod won't just spin in your fingers. The whole bend will spin, rather than just spinning as if it were a straight piece. So each rod has a spine, and you want to make sure that the guides are lined up perfectly on that spine. For a spinning rod, which this is going to be, we need to go ahead and put the guides on the inside of that curve, because when you're fighting a fish, the fish is going to be pulling the rod away from you, and you want the guides under it, because that's where your reel will be, on the underside of the handle. On a casting rod, you put your guides on top of the curve, because that's where your reel seat will be facing you. Your reel will be facing you, rather than a spinning reel, which is away from you. You want your guides on top. If there's one thing you want to get dead on when you're building a custom rod, it's the spine. Otherwise, the rod will constantly be torquing in your hand. Now, even just reeling against the weight of your lure or your bait, it'll be torquing and makes it uncomfortable. And even more so when you're fighting a fish, especially if it's a big game rod. The rod will just twist out of your hand. You want to spine it just right. Now we've got our spine marked. Yep, we're still good to go. Just double check it. Alright, I've spun the reel seat right into place where it's lined up. I've got our fish right on the back to where we're fishing. We're looking right at the fish on our foregrip. There we go. And that's a cork handle.